Hello everyone, and welcome to my Royal Family Politics channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. King Charles lost his composure at his coronation because Prince William and Kate Middleton were late, according to lip readers. Being late for a party is never a good look, but it is especially embarrassing for members of the royal family. Unfortunately, this is where Prince William and Kate Middleton found themselves during King Charles' coronation when they were late. They arrived late, which was quickly noticed by bystanders. Charles may not have been happy with the way things turned out, according to video of the incident. King Charles appeared to lose his cool when Prince William and Kate Middleton arrived later than expected. A video footage from the coronation at Westminster Abbey shows King Charles and Queen Camilla having a moment of hesitation. In the footage, Charles can be seen looking tense as they wait outside the venue before making their grand entrance. After seeing the footage, lip readers told Express exactly what they thought Charles said to Camilla. According to the readers, Charles said to Camilla, "I'm worried," which might have alluded to a delay. "I'm worried about time because, look, it's been longer this time." I'm sure Charles said, "I know." A second lip reader observed that Charles then informed his wife that they can never be on time. In the video, Charles was visibly disturbed, and there might have been a valid reason for his worry. According to reports, the delay was caused by William and Kate arriving late for the ceremony. As a result, they entered the Abbey after Charles rather than going in front of him. Prince William and Kate Middleton were expected to arrive at Westminster Abbey before Charles and Camilla, which is why they arrived late to the coronation. When that didn't occur, royal observers were left perplexed as to what was wrong. William and Kate were expected to be seated before Charles and Camilla if all had gone according to plan. Instead, the family was the last to be seated after arriving late with their kids. Naturally, Prince George was the lone exception because he arrived early to the ceremony. George attended Westminster Abbey before his parents and worked as a page at the coronation. Author Omid Scobie was allegedly informed by an insider at Express that William and Kate's children were too responsible for their delay. Fortunately, because the ceremony had been carefully arranged in advance, the delay had minimal effect on it. Charles and Camilla were seen having a moment outside Westminster Abbey, while the service continued without interruption. Royal observers respond to the delay in the coronation. Naturally, the fact that William and Kate arrived late to the ceremony was quickly noticed by the public. In fact, several bystanders watched the delay occur live on television and immediately commented on it. One observer commented, "He couldn't step out of the carriage until Prince William and Kate entered the building because they were meant to have arrived 5 minutes ahead of him, but instead they were a minute late." Another person commented that Charles appeared to be annoyed by William and Kate's tardiness. Fortunately, Charles and Camilla were able to gather themselves, and the rest of the ceremony went down without a hitch. The first such ceremony in 70 years was the coronation of Charles and Camilla. Members of the royal family met at Buckingham Palace for a special portrait after the spectacular occasion. Of course, William and Kate arrived on time for the portrait. Along with the other royals, the Prince and Princess of Wales looked lovely as they posed for the historical moment. Body language expert describes how Kate Middleton's emotional appearance made everyone think of Princess Diana. People are talking about the Princess of Wales, formerly known as Kate Middleton, after a few recent appearances, including her breathtaking look during King Charles II's coronation and her unexpected cameo during the Eurovision Grand Final. She once demonstrated how similar she is to her late mother-in-law, Princess Diana, according to a body language specialist. What King Charles thought about Kate commemorating Diana during his coronation is another thing. Kate's role model, Princess Diana, according to a body language specialist, is identical to Kate. Darren Stanton, the body language specialist, discussed Kate's performance at the Eurovision Song Contest, during which she displayed her piano skills. In his explanation, he compared the personality of Prince William's bride to that of his mother, whom Kate held in high regard. Stanton, speaking on behalf of Spin Jenny, said, "The video of Kate performing the piano at Eurovision was great. Her look was one of sincere delight, happiness, and elation at this point. It merely demonstrates that she isn't hesitant to display her latent talents. She is excited to demonstrate to the public her skills outside of her royal responsibilities. We watched her at ease behind the piano, which is another tribute to her inner confidence and amazing sense of humor. She appeared to be having a good time because she had a bright smile and completely engaged facial expressions. In front of the piano, Kate's entire manner was incredibly natural, and you could see that playing was her true passion. With Kate, we see this genuine honesty and her willingness to follow her passion in a way that appeals to the general public, as well as her readiness to think outside the box in comparison to other royals. She is completely at ease in her own skin in all facets of life, and her sense of style reflects this. Just like Princess Diana, we see her as confident in bolder, more regal attire as she is in a polo shirt and jeans. Kate seems to look up to Diana and treat her as something of a role model. Kate's personality is very much a case of you get what you see, similar to Diana. There is no pretense, and she is happy to reveal all of her abilities to the world. At the coronation of the king, Kate gave her mother-in-law a nod. Kate's attire for the coronation has also dominated conversations among royal watchers. She wore a white Alexander McQueen outfit for the ceremony, a ceremonial robe, the Royal Victorian Order cloak, and a glittering diamond necklace frequently seen on the late Queen Elizabeth II at state banquets. Kate completed her ensemble with a pair of Princess Diana's South Sea pearl earrings. Grant Harold, a friend of Kate's from his time as King Charles' butler, remarked on the princess' coronation-style attire and argued that the king had given his daughter-in-law permission to honor Diana that day. Harold told Oddspedia, "What I know for sure is that Kate absolutely wouldn't merely wear Diana's earrings. The king would have known about it. Those earrings are well known, and the king and the family would have approved of anything the royals wore and did. It demonstrates how well things are going and how clearly they were on board. I adore how they have these tiny tributes to Diana and the Queen because it allows them to participate in the event." Showbiz cheat sheet is respectful to all backgrounds and recognizes that circumstances and cultures can affect body language. The modest beginnings of Princess Kate's family in the Northeast. The Princess of Wales's forefathers spent decades defending the country in the shadow of the mines, and her family line connects the princess to a little community in northeastern England. After Kate, Princess of Wales, with Prince William in April 2011. Her close-knit family has established itself as a familiar presence at significant royal occasions. It is well known that Kate's parents, Michael and Carol Middleton, as well as her siblings, James and Pippa, are good friends with the Prince and Princess of Wales. Since moving to Adelaide Cottage in Windsor last year, Kate and William are now only a short distance away from the Middletons, all of whom continue to reside in Berkshire, where the princess was raised. The Middletons live separate lives from the royal family, yet some may be considered superstars in their own right. Carol is a successful businesswoman who developed a multi-million-dollar party supply company. She also serves as a steadfast support system for her royal daughter and son-in-law. She is the family matriarch and, more importantly, the involved grandmother of the future king. Carol's poor beginnings in the coal mining community of Hetton-le-Hole are perhaps less well known. Carol's forefathers worked as coal miners for the country for 120 years. It all began with James Harrison, who in 1819, the same year Queen Victoria was born, took his first hesitant steps down a coal mine in County Durham. The start of the Industrial Revolution brought with it a dramatic boom in coal mining. When word of a pit opening spread in 1821, Kate's great-great-great-great-grandpa James relocated to Low Morsley, a little community just outside of Hetton-le-Hole. On the main village street, he and his wife Jane settled into a modest two-up, two-down miner's home. When James' son John was born in 1834, A position in the labor was set aside for him. For years, James had continued to make his daily descent into the pit at Low Morsley. After getting married to Jane Liddell, John Harrison had a son in 1874 who was also named John. John Jr.'s life was destined to be spent working in the mines, just like his father before him. The Harrison family wasn't able to break the mold until many years later. Thomas was born in 1904 after John Jr. wed a local woman. He was able to pursue a career away from a life in the mines since he was an apprentice to his carpenter maternal grandpa. Thomas was the first person to go from Hetton-le-Hole. After being married, the pair relocated to Sunderland before settling in Ealing, West London. They had already received a daughter named Dorothy, who was born in 1935 and who later fell in love with and weed Norwood builder Ronald Goldsmith. In 1955, Dorothy and Ronald welcomed Carol into the world. The family resided in a modest terraced home with pebble-dashed walls in Southall, which at the beginning of the 1960s was a firmly working-class neighborhood with many residents employed in neighboring factories. In a 2021 interview with Good Housekeeping, Carol described her early years spent with her parents in London. "My mother worked part-time at a jewelry store and then went to work in a factory," she remarked. "My father was a constructor. They put a lot of effort into providing for us and making ends meet, as I recall." She discussed her own work ethic and how her parents had cultivated it in her since she was a little child. "I'm a very energetic person, and I like what I do. I was raised observing how hard my parents both worked," she remarked. Following graduation, Carol worked as an airline hostess. She met Michael Middleton, a pilot in training there. They were married in 1980. Their first child, Catherine, who is now more generally known as Princess Kate, was born 2 years later. They later received Pippa and James, and the family raised their children in the Berkshire village of Bucklebury. After starting her party supply company in 1987, Carol became a self-made millionaire, and Michael left British Airways to work for the firm with her. In contrast to Carol's family home in Hetton-le-Hole and their first residence in Southall, the couple currently resides at Bucklebury Manor, a Grade E listed Georgian manor house spread across more than 18 acres. Thanks for watching if you like this video. So please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.